Welcome to WhoDooTV. I'm Hoosier.
And I'm Jared.
Today we are talking about the Princess of the Amazon,
Wonder Woman.
You are now watching WhoDooTV.
Today we are discussing the most recent DC movie that came out, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it just came out upon recording last weekend, June 2nd. We both got to see it over the weekend, and it was pretty cool.
Gal Gadot killed it in this movie from start to finish. I think she played a great role of it. I really have to say I'm happy they didn't hire just your typical American woman to play this role, because it wouldn't have fit the Amazon princess.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. She really killed it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I didn't know much about her acting in the past, but she really brought it 100%. I think her accent, it was a natural accent, which was probably helpful for her. She didn't need to change that at all. It really brought to the film. Kind of reminded in a way that she is foreign, that she's not from, the lands that they are fighting in this movie. And so it was a good choice for her.
Then you had Chris Pine. Chris Pine, you may know him from Star Trek.
Yeah.
And I actually did a good job as Steve Trevor. Pretty believable role.
Yeah, I appreciated Chris Pine's performance, especially when you see Chris Pine, who is known for Captain Kirk. It's hard to kind of break that image, It's hard to see him as something else, but I thought he did a really good job of being able to do that. He was still kind of a lead in a sort, but he really dropped the arrogance that his version of Captain Kirk seems to have. And he seemed much more humble. He seemed more like it was all or nothing in the battle, and it was really cool. It's also worth noting that the director, Patty Jenkins, is the first female director of a major superhero feature, which is pretty awesome. And it's great that it's Wonder Woman at the same time. So this is kind of a double thing for kind of getting women in leading roles and getting awesome jobs in Hollywood, which is great.
It's great that it's Wonder Woman that gets to be the first female lead superhero role in the last 10 years. She is one of the Trinity: Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. So it is great that she gets to carry that torch and be the person that she's been known to be for many years as being a positive role model to women across the world.
Diana is the princess of the Amazons, and they live on an island called Themyscira, which is veiled from the rest of the world to protect those that are on it. She has always been attracted to the idea of being a strong warrior, and once she gets the opportunity to train, she ends up becoming more powerful than any of the Amazons had been before. She carries more power than they could wield. But outside of Themyscira, we are in World War I. This is in the 1910s, and they're on the verge of reaching armistice. One German general, Ludendorff, does not believe in armistice, and he's partnered with Dr. Moreau, who's also known as Dr. Poison for her specialization in poisons, to create a weaponized gas that would be used as a weapon of mass destruction. Steve Trevor, a spy who has infiltrated the German lines, has stolen the plans from Dr. Moreau for creating this weaponized gas. And on the run, he accidentally flies into the veiled waters of Themyscira and crashes. And that's where Diana finds him. She rescues him, and they learn of the story of the world outside of Themyscira. They learn that a great war is happening, and that Steve needs to return to his world to be able to hand this book of plans over to the British so that they can end the war once and for all.
And so this is Diana's first involvement of any outside world. It's this whole new unveiling of people that she is starting to learn about and that she is instantly intrigued by. She learns about the war going on outside the world and how Steve Trevor has this book that can save millions. And you get to see Wonder Woman's heart initially, that she wants to help save the world, not just keep her area protected and secure, that there is a bigger picture and she does care about it.
Yeah, she believes that if she can take Steve Trevor back, he will lead her to Ares, the god of war, where she can destroy Ares and end war all across the world forever. Together with Samir, a smooth-talking linguist and actor turned mercenary, Charlie, a marksman who's battling his own wars, and the Chief, who has turned to the Great War as a source of profit after he's lost everything in the States. With Steve and Diana team together to save the world from the super weapon that Dr. Moreau has created. So what did you think of seeing Diana on the silver screen?
I enjoyed it. Gal did a great job. The director did a great job. The writing of this is really good. it does give you a great idea of Diana, Wonder Woman's humanity. How she got to see people in a different light that a lot of people don't necessarily see. Like with her team, seeing their hurts and their battles and trying to really understand who they were. It felt like she had this ability to see it more than anybody else could. And that she had just like a heart of gold. And it may have been her naiveness, it may have been her sheltered, but it really doesn't seem that way. It does seem like she is more powered to do this. Like her as a character, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I agree. It was interesting to pair her up with Steve Trevor in this way. You saw a tug of war kind of between them about where to go in this fight. Mm-hmm. Steve Trevor understands the war. He's been in war for a long time, and he knows how to end the war. It's through politics. It's through, getting world powers to kind of agree on something. And so he knows it's a lot bigger than kind of the ground battles. Where Diana, she witnesses families who had to escape from their homes because of German invasion, and she sees that there's hurt on the battlefield, and she feels like she needs to go and help right now.
Yeah, Diana had that mindset to where if there's going to be this, it's not it's just another casualty, this is the casualty of war. It is, no, we need to do it. I have the ability to, therefore, I am going to.
Yeah, I really appreciated her naive innocence. She was plucked from a world of duty and honor. Themyscira is surrounded by sea and steel, and she's placed in this world of order and politics and is being choked by smoke and machine. She's having to navigate this whole new world, and sometimes that's funny. Sometimes there's a scene in which she's trying on clothes because she doesn't know what fashion is, and they're trying to get her to blend in with everybody else, and she's trying to kick through all the skirts and is tearing up skirts because it's not her culture, it's not her style, it's not what she's about. Other times it's a bit more sobering, such as a moment in which she's challenging a British general who is making plans that would sacrifice some of their own men, and it would continue this war. And she says, are these men's lives less important than yours, less valuable than yours?
Mm-hmm. Going back to the wardrobe, that was one thing that I didn't have an issue with. I thought it was fairly cheap, that we've seen that role before. Somebody placed in a new era, let's try this and let's change the way they look, and they change it up. For instance, Encino Man.
One of the great 90s classics.
Right, and so I think you're getting that before. So that was kind of overplayed. Throughout this movie, there was some great CG effects. From a war, World War I, on the front line. There's one particular part of it that I didn't enjoy that much, was seeing the lasso. I thought it looked extra generic. It was just a yellow electric line running everywhere throughout the screen. It didn't look believable to me.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I noticed that it didn't act like regular rope, and that did kind of pull me out as well. But it did adhere to the physics of the rope in the comics. She could just toss it and it would wrap around someone and she could pull it. And I thought the action scenes were really cool when she was using it, even though it did look a little funny. The CG is definitely something interesting in these DC films. They rely on it heavily, and it can take you out of it. It can. I know some people don't enjoy that, but if you accept that that's just the general aesthetic of these DC movies, I think you're going to enjoy it. It's not going to be an issue.
As a whole, I enjoyed this movie. I think it was really good. I'm excited to see more of the combined DC universe into film. I personally enjoy DC a little bit more as far as a shared universe compared to Marvel. I know the characters a little more, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
I thought this movie was great. Patty Jenkins knocked it out of the park in directing. I think this is the strongest film that has come out for the DC extended universe. The cinematic universe that they're putting together.
Yeah.
The past movies haven't been the best, in my opinion, but this one I feel like redeems it, and this one actually makes me excited for the rest of the films. I can't wait to see Wonder Woman again in the Justice League, where we're also going to see Aquaman and Cyborg and the Flash. So, if they can treat those characters as well as they treated Wonder Woman, I think we're going to be in for a real treat. I also want to mention, I think that Wonder Woman in this film is has the most personality. I think finally we have a great personality in these DC films as well. We don't have just a brooding Ben Affleck or Superman that's just upset because he lost his dad at some point.
You're only the 1 out of 3. Come on, I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just kind of how they set it up in the past. So I'm actually, I'm just so pleased with this film. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Can't wait for more. So it really did kind of change my opinion on this whole universe as a whole.
Friendly service announcement. Don't sit in your seat till the very end. There is no in-scene teaser for any future films. What you see at the end of the movie is what you see at the end of the movie. We're interested to see what you thought of this movie, so tell us what you think. Put those notes in the comments.
Thank you for watching WhoDooTV.
We'd like to thank our friends at OutrightGeekery.com. For more things going on in comics, check out their website. The link is in the description.
And to stay connected with our new videos, hit the subscribe button on YouTube.
Like this video if you liked it, and if you have any comments or suggestions, make sure you put those in the comments, please.
Yeah, or you can connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at WhoDooTV. We have the links in the description as well.
As always, guys, thanks for watching WhoDooTV. Have a nice night.